Rockstars, Lid Shaw, and welcome to Recording Studio Rockstars. Today I got an exciting video here with my buddy Aaron Armistead. We're going to do some acoustic guitar recording. Aaron has volunteered to play for us. We are going to be showing off the Roswell Pro Audio Delphos microphone. We're also going to show off the Miktek C5 small diaphragm microphone. We are also going to demonstrate the Tegeler Audio Manufaktur Crème, which is a really cool unit that just came in that's got EQ built into it and compression. And we're also going to show off some cool ways to mic up your acoustic.
Yep.
So let's just jump in. I'm going to start out by unboxing this guy and we'll take a look at what we got to work with today. And we'll grab the Miktek C5 as well. So we're going to go hook these up. We've got the Delphos large diaphragm condenser, and we're going to set that up along with this Miktek small diaphragm condenser. And this basically comes from a trick that I learned from Jim Scott, having him on the podcast, where he talked about using a large diaphragm and a small diaphragm condenser together on an acoustic guitar. It's one of the tricks they use for recording Tom Petty, for example, and it allows you to use a little more or less of each one of these rather than using an EQ, so you can actually blend the two mics to get a certain sound. So we'll go get these hooked up. Okay, so this stand that we're using right here comes from Triad Orbit. So this is another company that makes some really cool, heavy, solid hardware, and it's got these adjustable arms on here. It's the O2 is the dual arm interface, and it allows me to set this all up, and these are really solidly in place. So once you find a position that you really like, these are not supposed to be moving anywhere. So we're going to try this out. I'm going to get some cables now to hook up the mics. Let's go check these ones out. Alright, so these are both cables from a company called Klotz, K-L-O-T-Z, and they make fantastic sounding audio cables. So we're going to hook these up for our mics today and make sure we got some killer sounding cables. Sound good to you, dude?
Sounds great.
Alright, cool. Here we go. Some of the stuff we're going to be using today is we're going to, of course, have a Pro Tools session going up there, and we're just going to bring in the two mics from out there on the floor. I'm going to bring those in. I'm going to use the Con 2242 mic pre's here. We'll get those fired up. Two different input and output. We've got phase polarity switch here, so we can flip polarity on each mic, make sure we got it right. And then come on over here, and the next thing we're going to go into is the Crème de la crop here. This is the Tegeler Audio Manufaktur Crème. So this is a beautiful piece of gear that brings in EQ, where we've got low boost and low frequency for a low shelf. Plus we got a high shelf frequency and high boost. We have an output knob that allows us to set the output of this whole thing. Then down here we have sort of an SSL style compressor, or at least that's the way it seems to look as far as some of the settings. We got threshold, we've got our attack settings where we can go from 0.1 all the way up to 30 milliseconds, or we can do release from 0.1 up to auto release, and then we also have the ratio setting here, so we can do 1.5, 2, 4, 10. I think we'll probably be doing the low compression ratios here. We can also select whether the EQ is going before the compressor or the compressor before the EQ, and then we can cut some of the subs into what feeds the compression sensor. So basically the compression side chain can be full frequency, the whole instrument going in, or we can cut some of the 60 hertz and below. Then we got our output. So this is going to be pretty sweet. We're going to check this out. So let's go try these out and see what we got. Dude, wave at me if you got headphones.
Yeah, I got headphones.
Sweet, awesome. All right, go ahead and just play for me. I'm gonna start bringing up sounds, and we're gonna need phantom power for each of these mics. So I'll come over and I'll start by turning this guy down, bring on phantom power to each one, and then I'll start with one of these mics and start bringing it up so I've got some sort of a sound. Let's get the second guy going. So you'll notice that I've got the big mic, the big diaphragm on this side, and I've got the small diaphragm on this side. So this is the Delphos mic right here, and this is the C5 from MIktek. Listen to the difference between these two mics. If you listen to just the Delphos, it's got a nice big warm body to it and everything, and it's also down a little bit low, so it's kind of getting that bottom part of the wood of the guitar. And then if you listen to the C5, the small diaphragm, you're typically going to have a brighter sound, plus it's pointing up towards the strings, so listen to that. Totally different sound. Sounds killer, but it's a different thing. Now when you blend the two together, pretty cool, huh? Alright, so let's go over to the Tegeler and start. Let's take this blend, which I'm kind of digging. It's about that much of the Delphos, and it's about that much of the C5, which needed a little more gain going in too. It seems to just have less gain as a mic in general. The Delphos had more gain to it. Also the phase. Let me show you the phase difference here. So if I flip the polarity, you're going to hear it's in phase now, but if I flip it, you hear all that low end go away from the mic sound, so it totally kills the sound. That's how you can tell that you've got the polarity correct, is when you get that full sound with the two mics in there. Alright, cool. So let's go over to the Tegeler and give it a listen too. And this right here should be the compression, the amount of compression. You can see that it's actually doing a little bit of compressing. If we turn the threshold all the way up, we're going to get none, and we're just going to get this the EQ itself. And then this is the EQ into the compressor. And that's the compressor into the EQ. Not sure if we're going to hear any difference like that because we're not really compressing, but let's go crazy with the compression. You'll really hear what it does. Okay, cool. Let's just go ahead and have them start playing a part, and then we'll kind of tweak it as we go and we'll see what it sounds like. All right, go ahead and do the finger picking for me, please. Let's listen to the Tegeler Audio Manufaktur, the Crème, and let me just flip it in and out, and so you can hear sort of like what it sounds like when it's in, what it sounds like when it's bypassed. Can you go back to some strumming guitar, please?
Yeah.
All right, cool, Rockstars. So, Aaron, thanks for doing that, man. Sounds great.
My pleasure.
Guitar playing. Just to kind of fill in the gaps here again, this guitar he's playing is my 1979 Guild Mahogany, so it's a kind of a darker, full guitar to begin with. Sounds awesome, great for finger picking and stuff like that. We use the Roswell Pro Audio Delphos large diaphragm on the bottom, which is miking this area of the wood, and it's really picking this up, and it's picking up a fullness of a tone. And then the MIktek C5 is coming along and kind of hitting the metal and the 12th fret area, so it gives us all that brightness and everything. And then a reminder, we were using the Klotz mic cables on both these mics. They sound killer, really pure, beautiful tone. And then inside the control room, we were going into the mic pre's, and then finally going through the Tegeler Audio Manufaktur Crème EQ compressor unit, and just getting a cool sound that way. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe. Drop a comment in below too, and tell us what you think about the two mic technique as sort of like a natural way to balance your EQ and balance the two mics out and just sort of get a killer sound that way. Let the Rockstars know how they can find you and follow you on Instagram and all that kind of stuff.
You can follow me on Instagram at Aaron_Armistead.
Awesome. And when the music comes out, keep an eye out for it. His record is killer, and it's going to be a lot of fun. We'll probably be bringing you some videos of the mixing and stuff like that later on. Thanks for watching, Rockstars. Thank you, Tegeler Audio Manufaktur. Thank you, Roswell Pro Audio. Thank you, MIktek. Thank you, Klotz. And thank you, Audio. And we'll see you guys in the next video. Cheers.